What's going on, gang? Your boy has done it again. Another loss on the XFA. Yeah, we're down $1,000 on our balance. I have another $1,000 left, and then we lose the account. But it's easy for me to, get my head down and start doubting my strategy and start, full porting or whatever. But that ain't me, bro. I've done this before. On the combine, I've lost 3 trades in a row, and look what happened. I was up 4K, in the end of the month. So I trust my system. It's just not working right now in current market conditions. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my chin up, and let's go over this trade, right, boys? All right. So as you see, we're still in this 4-hour range. Obviously not the most ideal situation to be in because all of these candles are very small and choppy. But yeah, I'm aware that we're in a 4-hour bullish range, reacting off of this imbalance, right? But if you look on the hourly, this is kind of where I got my buys from. We gapped down yesterday. We gapped down, right? And then around 4 a.m. in London, we get a huge spike up, filling that gap, and what do? We see a big wick and continue selling off back down. So on the hourly, this is very bearish. So what did I have as my targets? I had these lows, these equal lows at midnight, these equal midnight lows were my target for the day. But I didn't want to go short until we inversed this bullish gap. And what do? Market open, we inverse the gap. So now I'm like, all right, if price was bullish, we would have gone into this gap and then react off of it in a positive way, and boom, come out to take out these highs, because that's how a bullish market would move. But what do? We inverse, completely inversing, breaking structure on the 5-minute right here. So what does your boy do? I look for an area to get involved to then take price down to these lows, these 5339 ES lows. And price just didn't do what I wanted to do, right? So initially I was looking at NQ. I wanted price to react off of this bearish gap right here. But we low-key inverse it, but just because it inverses doesn't mean the trade idea is cooked, because on the 15-minute, I was looking at this order block, right? I had this order block as my PD array, right? So once price comes into my PD array, we're bearish in the 5-minute, bearish in the 15-minute. I have a bearish PD array. What do we see? I know this looks dumb right now because the price, this is showing current price, but at the time of this trade taking place, we have this low, right, at 949. We make an SMT with NQ. Let's go to NQ real quick, you guys can see. So look, 949, we make a higher high on NQ, but on ES, we make a lower low. Showing me that this is the leading indicator in terms of bearish price action. So we have a bearish SMT in a 15-minute bearish order block, and then we see a 1-minute big juicy down close candle closing below the open of this last down close candle, which shows me a change in state delivery. I enter off that change in state delivery right here, and I pretty much get instantly taken out. And that's it for me for today. Now, call me a scientist or delusional, but this was a good trade. I don't care what anyone says, dude. This was a good trade, and this just did not work. I had a bearish thesis, these lows, you know what I mean? Very bearish on the hourly, gapping down, fill the gap and come immediately back down. If we are bullish today, I don't see how price wouldn't react off of this huge gap and go up. The fact that we react off this gap in a bearish way, meaning we close below, closing real low near these equal lows, I was like very confident on price reacting. Any sort of reaction out of a PD array was going to give me that down move, but we just didn't get that. And the market moves in its own way. Like, the market is like the ocean, you know. You can't, just because it looks like it's going to do something doesn't mean it's going to do it. And I know that, and that's why I accept the risk. I'm not mad. I have 2 more attempts, 2 more trades to lose, and if I lose them, I lose the account. Guess what? I passed the combine once, your boy can do it again. No worries, bro. I'm not going to let 1 loss or 3 losses in a row completely fuck my psychology up, you know? I've been doing this for way too long to go through the mistakes I made in the past. In the past, if I've gone on any losing streak, completely ditch the strategy. Strategy doesn't work, GG's, move on. But I know the strategy works because it got me a funded account. This is what you guys don't understand. Now that I've done this, I've turned 50K into 54,000 in the combine. Why can't I do it with a live account, funded account, an XFA? I know I can do it. You know, it's just a matter of letting the market do it for me. I need the market to give me the opportunity. Maybe these 2 days, maybe Tuesday and Monday, maybe those trades weren't as clean, but today's trade I cannot be upset about because I followed every single rule I have. I had a clear deal well. This 5339 low, clear draw on liquidity, clear draw. We have 5 and 15 minute confirmation. How? We are bearish on those time frames, and we inverse any sort of bullish PD array. We inverse this gap, showing me, okay, price isn't respecting bullish PD arrays, so we must be bearish. Then what happens? What's next in my rule? Okay, so we have a draw on liquidity, number 1. Number 2, we have confirmation in 5 and 15 minute time frame. That's number 2. Number 3, we have a 1 minute entry. We have a liquidity sweep, SMT. We have a liquidity sweep right here, SMT, and a transit delivery. 3 entry confluences, and the trade just didn't work out. I mean, I just have to accept this loss and move on. There's nothing really else I could do. I could have taken this trade. This is the only other trade I see that could have worked, and it's right at market open. If you see our NQ price at market open, we trace this into this 15-minute bearish gap right here. But the reason why I didn't feel comfortable taking shorts out of here was because of this huge fat bullish gap. I'm not gonna take shorts. It looks clean now, but think about it in the moment. I'm not gonna take shorts from here into here because we're reacting off of a bullish PD array, you know? I'm not gonna take shorts out of this gap going into this huge bullish gap because that would be a gamble in my opinion. That would be a toss-up because it's like which gap is getting respected, you know? I want the market to tell me clearly where it is going, and in my opinion, the market making this big move down and bridging this gap was its way of telling me where it wants to go to hunt these lows. But it had different plans in mind, you know, fake me out. So what I could have done though, if I didn't have that opinion, if I wasn't scared of shorting into this big bullish gap, I could have waited for price to retrace and got a 15-minute gap, right? And then boom. My friend actually caught this, but you take this, transit delivery, stop right here, 1 target here, and boom, 1.79 trade, beautiful. 15-minute for value gap. Boom, very clean price action, very clean delivery, boom to that low. But again, I just saw this huge gap to the left, and I did not feel comfortable shorting further into that gap. I thought price was going to honestly inverse this 15-minute gap and take us higher. I had a screenshot today of what I thought two options for price were, and neither of these scenarios worked out. We actually inversed the gap, but instead of inversing and taking out the lows, we inversed this bullish gap just to turn around and inverse the bullish gap. So the confluences that my system uses just weren't getting respected today. The edge was not there today, and that is okay. I follow my rules, follow my plan. Counting this as a win in my book, and that is it for me. So that'll do it for me. I'm in my cafeteria in between classes filming this video because I owe it to you guys, keep you guys updated. I'm not scared to show you losses. Like, this is part of the game. This is why I'm doing this shit. Yeah. Hope you guys are doing better than me. Get your bread up. Night, boys. Deuces. See you guys tomorrow.